I'm Mike.
And I'm Adam.
And this is Stuff and Waffle. Two friends talking about stuff, and often as not, waffling with frequent reference to Bond cars.
We begin this week, as we often do of late, with a slight disclaimer, perhaps a warning to those who listen through headphones. My colleague is suffering again.
Yes, I've got some sort of grot.
There it is.
Yeah.
So you can tell, can't you?
I'm here, but it's a sultry voice this evening. You see.
Is it? That's not the word I would have used.
Okay, that's what I'm going for.
I pride myself on never having found you sultry. However,
your loss.
I'm sure that you'd be disturbed if I did.
It would change the dynamic a little. Yeah.
I'm sure you would, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. It may even have to lead to a rebranding. However, here we are, and to your credit, you're holding it together.
Yeah, I'm here. So I just apologise if there's some coughing. I'll try and keep it on lockdown.
You usually do quite well, actually.
I'm pretty good. It just means that when we come to an end and press the stop button, you get a cacophony of noises.
Yeah, that is pretty much every week, though, whether you're ill or not.
Yeah, that's just a different.
It's not unusual,
noise, isn't it? Yeah, no, that's fine. I've got a beer and some whiskey, so I'm hoping that will just keep it at bay long enough for an episode.
Just keep it on lockdown for an hour or so. Yeah, you'll be fine.
That'll be fine. Yes.
Very good.
Right. What we got? I'm leaning so heavily on you, you might fall over.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
Feeling the pressure.
Yeah.
Feeling the pressure. Well, I would like to begin with a vehicle close to our hearts. See, I'm straight in with cars this week, no messing.
Nice.
Remember, we used to talk about cars quite a lot.
Yeah. And Ross Kemp. Yep.
And I got nothing about him, I'm afraid. He is not on my list. I do apologise. I feel like I've let you down now.
That's a crying shame, if I'm honest with you.
It's disappointing, that, isn't it? Yeah, perhaps we'll try and squeeze him in next week.
Just a little note. I do have a little Ross Kemp fact for you.
Oh, well, yeah, while we're paused.
Yeah. Did you know TV's hard man with no hair, his mum was a hairdresser?
Perfect.
There you go.
Of course.
Sorry.
Of course.
That's useless information.
Yeah.
It's good for nothing, let's be honest.
Gives you a chuckle, though, doesn't it?
Yeah. Just nonsense.
Just utter nonsense. Well, there you are. You see, don't say we don't impart facts on this podcast.
Oh yeah, we are all over it.
Yeah, this is the place to come for an education. Now then,
well, when you're concerned Ross Kemp, anyway.
Well, yes, and certain other things. Now, I return. Excuse me. I'm getting it to my little thing here. We not like that. No. We haven't talked about our friend the Mk1 Focus for a while.
No, it's been neglected. Let's be honest.
It has been neglected. Well, one has crossed my path.
Oh right, okay. Well, that was
allow me to elaborate. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? You went, you went into the red there for a second.
I know it reverberated in my own head. I didn't like it.
Yes. It bounced off the end stops there for a moment. Let me set the scene for you. I'm gonna do one of those painting pictures with words again.
Excellent.
So, there is a house next door to us here. So that this will mean nothing to anybody listening, but for your good self, it's the one up. It's the one up the hill, not the one down the hill.
Fine.
Okay,
yep.
That one. And the gentleman who owned that property and who lived in it passed away at the end of last year. The property, we believe, is now in the, well, we don't believe, we know for a fact, is now in the hands of his children, who live locally, and they are sorting it out and slowly clearing it out, deciding what to do with it. Now a vehicle has emerged from the garage.
Oh, I see.
Yes, and it is a Mk1 Focus.
Well,
now,
lovely. That's a good start.
It is a good start. Now, me being me, of course, made a cheeky note of the number plate, and did the usual checks.
Oh yeah.
Now, it's a very rare saloon version.
Oh.
Which you don't see very often. But
no, you don't. We did discuss that Daphne in Fraser had one.
Well, it sold much better in the States than it did over here.
Yeah.
The saloon always did better in the States, whereas over here, obviously, it was the hatch and the estate that were the
Yep.
Nevertheless, this is a saloon. Now it's that pale metallic blue that they did.
It's very popular.
It was very popular. It's a 1.8 diesel.
Okay.
Not the best engine that they ever did in it, but nevertheless.
But certainly not the worst.
Certainly not the worst. No, at least it's not the 1.4. So it's currently on Sawn. But I did an MOT check on it. It hasn't been MOT'd since September 22.
Okay, not so bad.
But that MOT, it passed with no advisories. And in fact, going back through its history, it has never failed an MOT. Ever.
Wow.
Yeah. The worst is it's had
record.
It's had the odd advisory, usually for brakes or tyres. For its entire life, it's never done more than 3,000 miles a year.
Yeah, bloody hell.
It's currently sitting at 70. Well, at the last MOT, it had done 74,500 miles.
Well,
it looks absolutely mint, but here is my problem, and this is going to upset you.
Yeah.
They've pulled it out the garage. And they've left it parked in some really long grass. Oh. They've just rolled it off into a corner of the property. There's a huge driveway there, which is completely empty. No, we're not going to put it on that. We're just going to shove it over in the corner there, right up in the hedge and in some long grass.
Oh, that's just going to ruin it.
It's been sat like that now for about a month. And yes, I reckon 6 to 12 months left like that, it's going to be absolutely ruined.
Yeah, the rot will commence.
Well, it really will, and that is a crime, because that is an incredibly, in the condition it's in, that is an incredibly rare example.
Are you tempted to have a word?
Yeah, and this is why I wanted to bring it up. Is this a note through the letterbox, or next time I see them, whiz around there and say, what are you doing with that?
Yes. Yeah, I would say so, because...
See if I can bag it for a few £100.
Yeah. I mean, because at the moment, it's all signs point to it being in their way.
Yes, in their way, and from its MOT history, in incredibly good condition.
Yeah, maybe don't tell them that if they don't know.
No, won't bring that up. Oh, that old thing over there, you don't want that, do you?
No.
That's just in your way. Let me help you out.
Excellent. What year is it?
It's a 2002. It's a 52 plate.
Right. Okay. Lovely. Yeah, I think it's definitely time to go and have a word.
So that would make it the first sort of mild facelift. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
That sounds about right timeline-wise.
But it was some while ago that we were saying, perhaps we should buy a Mk1 Focus. Well, there's an incredibly good example there.
There's one next door. That's good.
It's just arrived. But the reason that makes me think it was his car, well, A, they took it out of the garage, and B, it's never done, in its entire life, it's never done more than 3,000 miles a year. And it's clearly been maintained with no expense spared. No hint of rust in its MOT history. No mention of corrosion. But if it's been garaged its entire life,
it'd be absolutely fine.
Then it will be absolutely fine, and hardly used. Then yeah, that's going to be quite incredible, I think.
Do you know whether it was driven out or pushed out?
No idea.
Okay.
No idea. It, as far as I'm aware, hasn't left the property. I mean, it's on Sawn, so obviously it shouldn't.
No.
But as far as I'm aware, it came out the garage and has been pushed into the long grass, and that's where it has stayed.
Right.
Whether it's running and driving or not, I don't know. But it hasn't been MOT'd since September 22. The owner was bedbound for the last sort of 6 months, and he died end of last year, just before Christmas. Okay. So
yeah, that fits. That'll be why it never got its September 23 MOT.
That's why it was never MOT'd last year, and either he put it on Sawn or they've now put it on Sawn. Yeah, we don't know, but
yep.
Nevertheless, there it sits. Yes.
Do it immediately.
Yes. Yeah. Right. Okay. You can do the rest of the podcast, can you?
Yeah. I'll deal with this. Yeah.
There's no one there now. I've had a look. I did pop my head round just before we started recording, and there's no one there. So.
Okay. Well.
Nothing to be done about it this evening, I'm afraid.
No. I mean, if they're not there constantly, then it's a bit tricky.
I'm not aware that there's anybody living there. There is occasionally an estate car turns up. It's either a Peugeot or a Vauxhall. I'm not sure. I can't quite see it through the hedge. And then they go away again. So I think they are slowly clearing the place.
Fine. Okay. Well, maybe grab them, or just a note through the letterbox.
A note through the door saying, yes, we might be interested in purchasing your vehicle.
Yeah, because there's no point in turning that down, is there? If it's
well, I mean, yeah, you're not going to find many Mark 1 Focuses in that condition, I would suggest.
No, definitely worth. It's worth inquiring at least, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, just seeing what's going on with it. I mean, maybe they've got plans for it, but the fact that they've just kind of pushed it in a corner
suggest not.
Would suggest not. Yes, and would also suggest they don't know what it is.
Yeah, well, it's quite, to someone's untrained eye, you just go, well, that's just a car.
It's just an
they
old
were
Ford.
They were everywhere, weren't they? So
yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. The saloon wasn't.
No. But again, that's the trained eye knowing that.
Well, quite, yes. Anybody who knows their cars will know what that is, and that they are likely to rocket up in price over the next 5-6 years, probably.
Yeah,
I would say.
I'd say that's a solid bet.
Ironically, it's the same year as the Puma, so we could start a little collection.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
Yes, although the Puma has substantially more rust in it. However,
someone's actually used that.
Yes, terribly, yes. Indeed. So there we are. I thought I needed to get your counsel on that, and but I thought I knew what your answer would be.
It's a fairly foregone conclusion, isn't it?
Try and bag it. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, well, definitely. I mean, what? They can't get arsey with you asking the question, can they?
Well, quite. I mean, the worst they're going to say is, "Oh no, we know someone who's going to have it, and it's already a done deal." And well, okay, fair enough then. But if it's in your way and you don't quite know what to do with it, might I proffer a solution?
Yeah, I mean, make it go away. I mean, not very far, but it won't be
not very far. No, just over the hedge. But yes. Excellent. I mean, we haven't got anywhere to keep it either, but nevertheless.
You worry about that after the event. Come on.
If a bargain is to be had, yes.
Don't worry about that. There's always find somewhere. It's no bother.
Oh, we'll sort it out. Yes. Let's stick it on your driveway.
Yeah, that might fit.
Well, you probably will. Yes.
Fuck's sake. Yes, I've had more failed attempts after being given some plastic ramps.
You did say you were going to give it another go. Yes, did it not go well?
Well, I didn't it's not like I went gung ho at it. It was a very gentle
I
affair.
wouldn't advise that. No, you take your front bumper off if you go at that too aggressively.
No, it was a very tame affair, and I just eyed it up, then just gently creeped and went, nope, that's not happening.
Nope. Not proceeding any further.
No. I also had similar, but not catastrophic or anything. It was just really slow issue. The Roundswell retail area.
I am aware of it. Yes.
So on the McDonald's side,
mm-hmm.
I had to go in there.
Those cobbles!
Oh my god!
Oh, they are evil.
My car did not like that.
Safe to say, Puma doesn't like it in there.
I will never be taking it in there again.
No, I wouldn't advise. They are truly evil.
Honestly, 1 to 2 miles an hour at most over those.
Yeah, they are horrific. I don't know what they've done to them. I think they go in there and sharpen them. Because they haven't got better over the years. No. They haven't smoothed down at all.
No smoothing down, and particularly on the way out, on the second set of the cobbly bits, there is just a crater as the cobbles end and the road begins. There's just a yawning chasm.
Of course there is.
Excuse me.
It's all right. We got it at this end as well. Yeah.
So safe to say, the car will not be going there again. If I need to go to that side of Roundswell, I will be taking a different vehicle.
I think that's wise. Yeah. I feel those in my car, and that's quite a wallowy old Hector. So, yeah, that's not good. The offending feline is being removed.
Excellent work.
Excellent. Very good. Yeah, it's bad news. It's really bad news. Yeah.
It's just crap. And it's like the weather as well this week has been atrocious.
It has, yes.
And I can't even remember which day it was, but I went somewhere one day over the weekend, and I was really looking forward to it because I thought this will be a good road for it. And it wasn't. It was a half-hour drive of dodging potholes and 2 trees in the road.
Oh, blimey.
It's
not quite the spirited driving experience you were hoping for.
No, somewhat put the tits on that. I was not amused, and it's just like then you just spend the entire journey driving so gingerly because the road is in a state you don't know what's going to be round the next blind bend. After the first tree, I thought, well, that's probably all the bad luck. 5 minutes later, another blind corner and a massive tree in the road.
I'm not surprised. It has been horrendous.
But what everyone was doing, they were just sort of creeping round it. I'm like, me and the guy behind me were like, do you know what's a really good idea? Moving it out the fucking way.
Oh, what a concept.
I know. So, yeah, we did that to save anyone the trouble of coming around a corner and inserting themselves into a tree.
Yeah, that's dangerous to have just left it like that.
Yeah, people just ploughing on.
That's no good,
people are just idiots.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, they're everywhere.
Yeah. So that was fun. I've used it a few times for work this week, obviously, but that's not a very spirited drive because there's always dickheads in the way.
Well, at the times you're going to be doing that journey, it's going to be busy, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, it's a problem.
It was. Then there was a little work outing which involved taking the cars out, and someone suggested a destination, quite a nice little pub for lunch, and I just went, I'm not taking the car up there. That was a big old no.
Yeah. There are certain pubs around here which are inaccessible to those of us with a car we care about. Yes.
Yeah, someone else is driving. I'm not taking mine. Yeah.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to watch it around here.
Yeah, in a right old state. But all is well. it's just made the driving very boring because I've taken it so carefully not to damage anything.
Yeah. Well, it's not the season, is it? You got to wait till the summer.
I mean, you're saying it's
Assuming
not the
we ever get
season. It's bloody April. Come on.
one.
We could do better than this, can't we?
Yeah, it's valid. Well, apparently not.
No, apparently not. No, because 2 days from now we're having a storm, and I didn't know anything about this until earlier, actually, because Alex's golf teacher messaged me and said that he's in Cornwall and is going to be travelling up, and is actually thinking he won't be bothering with the golf lessons.
Yes, there is actually a Met Office weather warning for us this weekend.
So that's
as discussed earlier, you and I were going to be spending some time in a vehicle this weekend, but for various reasons we now won't be.
No, we'll defer it to the following weekend. But yeah,
we will.
It's
some
just,
van work.
It was, yeah. We were going to be burly men.
I don't know about that.
However, that will have to wait until the following week. And I mean, crucially,
wheezing, lardy, but yes.
Yeah. Crucially, I'll be there just in case you do insert a gate into your foot.
Are you going to make sure you're the one helping me drop the van off?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, just in case, because it'd be nice.
I'm going to be so careful.
I'm just really looking forward to mocking you directly.
Yeah, you missed it last time.
I did.
You didn't see it.
No, I didn't. You just got the sympathy afterwards, didn't you?
Sympathy.
Yes.
That's a description I wouldn't have applied to it, but anyway.
Well, I don't know. I think it was perfectly justified, because it wasn't that long after we gave birth to ourselves trying to move your shelf. So
yeah, it's fair.
Yeah.
You enjoyed the little bit of payback there. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. No, just a little treat for me there.
It's my foot on a spike. Anyway.
I bet.
Yes. I did actually sell a vehicle this week. How about that?
You sold a vehicle?
I have sold a vehicle.
What did you sell?
I sold our ride-on mower. There you go.
Oh, I see. I didn't realise you had one.
I mean, we didn't. It was already here, but it has been disposed of.
Oh, I see.
I had no further need for it.
That's a shame, because a ride-on lawnmower really transforms the mowing of the lawn to a task that you could really get on board with.
It does, but we're not going to have anywhere to keep it in a minute. And
Right.
I'd rather electric than petrol, to be honest. So another one will be purchased to replace it, but that particular one has been moved on. So there it was. I cleaned it. We negotiated. There was an old out your hand moment and everything.
Oh, splendid.
Textbook it was. Yeah.
Brewer
Low mileage, one lady owner from new. It was perfect.
Oh, love that. That's good. It's just, when you say you're going to get a new one, are you getting a new ride-on or just a traditional shunt?
Don't know yet. Haven't decided. Need to check the market. It's not an area I know a lot about.
Oh, I see. Right.
So maybe we'll see.
Well, it's something that I can get on board with. That I really like a sit-on lawnmower. It's a sad little brain as you get older, isn't it?
It is really. You take pleasure where you can, don't you? Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, it's the same thing as when I sort of look back and go, well, despite growing up around here, I was never particularly interested in sort of farm machinery or anything like that.
No.
However, when I first got to go in a tractor in later life, I thought that was the best thing in the world. Well,
there you go. You see, it's every little boy's dream, isn't it?
Yeah, because I sat and learnt all the gubbins. I did. I had to do. Had the attachment on to mow the field, then roll it, then turn it, and then help. I didn't do the baling bit, but I helped with it.
Okay.
So that was quite fun.
Oh.
Yeah.
Get you. You see, a life not taken.
I know. It's
It's could have been Adam's farm by now.
Could have been.
Yeah.
I didn't get to drive a Lamborghini tractor, unfortunately.
No. Well, that's probably best, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, well, that's the dream. I'd quite like to drive a big tractor now, because I've driven a little one to do that. I want to have a go at a big one.
There used to be a tractor that lived here.
What did there?
Yeah, Dawn's dad had a classic one. I think it was a Massey Ferguson, something like that. One of those grey ones, you know?
Yeah.
Those old grey ones, like sort of. It may even have been pre-war. I'm not sure, but he had that he sold it decades ago. But he had a classic tractor that he used to keep here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, it's nice how we've ended up being the #1 tractor podcast.
Oh well, who'd have thought? I mean, it's an untapped market, I'd say.
Oh, dearie me. Right.
UK's #1 tractor podcast by the two least farmy countryside-y people you could ever come across.
Hey, you live in the countryside now.
I'm up in the mountains here, it has to be said. Yes, it's true.
So,
I can see a farmer's field. How about that?
There you go. Yeah, I can't.
Sometimes there's a tractor in there. He comes past my window, not like that.
Oh, dear. That'd put you right off your dinner, wouldn't it?
With his equipment on show. No.
Bloody hell. His heavy plant machinery. Right. Stop now. Oh, right. You got anything else car related, or do we need to go down farm machinery again?
I've got something else briefly car related, and then I have something Bond related.
Perfect.
Oh. I've been on the internet.
Yes.
Yes. As you know, I spend quite a bit of time with Auto Trader.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. And I keep an eye on things. And there are two vehicles or two not specific vehicles, although I can cite specific examples of each. There's two vehicles that I'm currently keeping an eye on that are tumbling, I think is the adjective I would use to describe in price.
Tumbling. Go on then.
Tumbling. The first is the Tesla Model S, and the second is the Jaguar XK X100 variant.
Okay, both vehicles that are right up your pipe.
Oh, yeah. The Teslas in question, I'm talking here about the early pre-facelift ones, the early 2014, 2015 Model S's, first ones into the UK. They have now dropped below £12,000.
That's quite low in the grand scheme of things.
There is a particularly lovely example on Auto Trader at the moment, a 2015 85D, which is obviously dual motor, four-wheel drive, which is up for 11,250 of your Earth pounds.
I say.
I say, sir.
What are you getting for that? What sort of mileage have we got?
Well, funny you should inquire about
it.
It's got some, yes. This particular example, and it does explain the price, although there are others that are actually not much more than that. This particular example is interesting because it's done 206,000 miles, and it's still on its original battery and motors.
Yeah, probably. Be fine.
Yeah, it will be fine. There's examples out there that have done over 400,000 miles on the original battery, and they are absolutely fine. This one has just undergone a battery and motor check at Tesla, and it's been certified as all good. Okay. So still charging to 305 miles range. And there you go. It's a fully loaded car, actually. It's a lovely spec. It's a metallic grey with a black interior.
Nice.
Got all the options: panoramic sunroof, the air suspension, all the bits and bobs, the tech pack, which was something they included at the time, which gave you stuff like heated steering wheel and ambient lighting, and that kind of stuff. Really nice spec, and pre-facelift, which I think actually makes it a little bit cooler in my book.
Yeah, it's a bit different because
a bit more unusual, a bit rarer.
Back when they were still making it look like an old school car.
That's right. So they had the black kind of nose cone on it. Yeah, sort of simulated grille. Yeah. Really like that original design.
That's got to be tempting.
It's very tempting, considering that if I were to trade in the sport brake, I'd probably only need to put $2 or $3 grand to that. Yeah. And I'd have me a Model S again. Something like that is very tempting, and the high mileage on those doesn't concern me at all.
No, people, like you say, I've read plenty of stories about people just smashing out the miles.
Funnily enough, a YouTuber personality, Auto Alex, has recently bought a 400,000 mile Model S. He did a video about it either last week or the week before. That's a 90D. That's a slightly later car, but that's got something like 440,000 miles on it. And again, original battery, original motor, because they'll do it. There's horror stories about you having to change the battery every 2 years, which is total nonsense. Nonsense.
No, I've given up on those stories of just going, know what? If you don't want an electric car, don't buy one. It's simple as that.
Just leave it alone. If you're not interested, leave it alone. Leave it to those of us who know. Actually,
yeah. I think you're probably fairly safe putting your money into that.
Yeah, I don't know that I will, but it's very tempting. Very tempting. That kind of, but it shows. Yes, that one's a little bit cheaper because of the mileage. Although that price is with a dealer. That's not a private sale.
Okay.
There's that, but there are others with lower mileage than that are approaching that kind of price. Certainly for less than 15 grand, you've now got a huge choice.
Okay.
There's loads around for less than that. Loads.
Well, you just,
the time is coming.
You'd be all right with it. Yeah. And
the time is coming where I may pop myself back in one of those.
I know you're longing for it.
I have been since I sold mine.
yes, and I know it won't be. It really won't be long. We know it won't.
Well, not with the prices the way they're going. No. And I really fancy a pre-facelift because it's kind of the original. It's the iconic design. They're rare.
Yeah.
And the high mileage does not concern me at all on those. It really doesn't.
And that's it. And we'll know when you've bought it, won't we?
We will. Yes. Very much.
This is my Tesla. Yes, we have. Well done.
Yeah, I'll have that treatment that makes you mention it every 10 minutes again. Yes.
Yeah. Oh dear.
However.
You mentioned another car as well.
I did, didn't I? Yes, I did. Now those two are getting nice.
Who's that?
Ludicrously cheap. Now I found one. Again, this is these things are always cheap for a reason, but certainly for less than $5 grand, there is a huge choice. I have found one, and it's an XKR, so the supercharged V8. It's the 4.2 V8. It is a 2003 car, so sort of mid-run of the X100.
Because while you're on the topic of the engines, they never got a bigger one, did they? Those X100s. The top was the 4.2.
No, they were always 4.2, but the very early ones were 4 litre.
Right. Yeah.
They had the engine out of the X308 XJ. They had the 4 litre. Then after they facelifted the XJ, they then put the 4.2 in the later XKs.
Oh yeah, because the facelift was that was sort of 2002ish, wasn't it?
The facelift was 2002. They then, well, it was more than a facelift. The next generation of XK came along in 2006.
Yep.
The Ian Callum one. That one initially had the 4.2 and then later the 5 litre.
That's it, yeah.
But this particular one is a 2003
Nice.
XKR, so it's the 4.2. Black with a cream interior. It had, I stupidly haven't made a note of the mileage, but I don't think it was massive. I want to say something like 68,000, something like that. It wasn't a lot.
But that's not a lot, really, is it?
It had some issues, but nothing terminal.
Okay.
And it was up for $2,500. That's where we're heading now with that generation of XK. They are getting, and if you go for the naturally aspirated, so not the R, the XK8, and you stay away from the convertibles, which are a little bit more, $2, $3, $4,000. There is an immense amount of choice.
That's interesting. I mean,
there's
got to be a part of you that would be interested in the convertible so that you can pretend to be Timothy Dalton in Hot Fuzz.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. Very much so. Yes. Yeah. You just would, wouldn't you?
You would. We've got the Bond
waft
connection.
Around with that look on your face.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
He had a perfect shit-eating grin in that film.
He did. Oh, pop me in an XKR and I would have that grin.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, we got the Bond connection obviously as well.
Well, yes, that's true. From the film that we're supposed to have watched and reviewed by now. Yes.
Oh shit.
You see, you didn't want to bring that up. We do apologise for having this slight lull in our Bond reviews.
We're trying.
We are.
Neither of us are particularly excited to watch it. I think that's the problem.
Yeah, you pick one. You pick one of the ones that we really are not fussed about.
Yeah, but then we've gone, you know what? It shouldn't be that difficult. We've already done Never Say Never Again.
And it is better than that.
Yeah. No question
it is better
about
than
it.
that, to be fair. It's a lot better than that. But you're quite right to bring it up. There was an X100, really late model X100 XKR in that, wasn't there? So,
yes.
I say late model, actually. It probably wasn't, was it? Because that film was 2002. So it's actually not a late model. But it did have a bit of a body kit going on. Yeah. Yeah,
it did. It had that. And I'm told that the minigun isn't a factory option.
That's very disappointing. That car, I believe, is at the British Motor Museum, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, in the Jaguar collection that's there.
I've seen it a few times now.
Oh, there you go then. I saw it when it was down at Bewley.
Oh, I saw it there as well.
The Bond in Motion, before it was Bond in Motion.
Yeah. When they just had some Bond cars there.
That's right. I saw it down there. But XKs, which I think would actually make quite an interesting pairing, a Tesla Model S and an XKR.
Oh, you want both? Oh, nice.
Oh, well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, okay.
As I have said many times, the V8 thing hasn't gone away.
Okay. No, fine. That's all right then.
But we will see. We've got a lot of expenditure this year, so we will see.
It's all right. Start with the cars, then worry about the other stuff.
Worry about the house later.
Yeah.
Yes, just got a house to renovate. It's nothing big.
Don't
I
knock
thought
it. It's exactly what I've done.
Well, that's very true, actually. Yes.
The housework hasn't started yet, and I've bought a car. Bollocks to it.
You've already bought a car. It's true. Well, yes, it's true. I mean, I'm not unhappy with the sport brake, but we've covered that.
Yeah, we've discussed how fluid things are.
Very much so. Touching on Mr. Bond.
Again, don't not like do that.
No.
Yeah.
Not like that.
It's too sexy.
Yes. Well, I'm going to talk about him.
I see.
Might I move on to the next thing on my list?
You may.
Unless you feel it's too soon. It has come to my attention that a famous Bond location has closed its doors for the last time this week.
All right, missed this entirely. Go on then. What?
Well, I'm not surprised. It hasn't really made the news over here, but but I spotted it nonetheless. The Tropicana Hotel in Las Vegas has closed its doors 2 days ago for the last time, which of course Mr. Bond stayed at in Diamonds Are Forever.
Oh, I see. That's, well, in true Las Vegas style, they'll probably just demolish it and then put another monstrosity in its place.
It's exactly what's happening. It's 67 years old, so clearly has had it. It will be stripped out over the next few months and then imploded sometime in October to make way for a baseball stadium.
Oh, that's better than another hotel, I'll be honest.
Well, there will be another hotel on the site as well, but it's mainly for the baseball stadium.
Okay, that's fine. I don't mind a sporting venue. I can cope with that. It's just when they, well, we've all seen Las Vegas hotels and you go, I mean, I know you're a closet American, but I think you'd probably agree with me. It's one of those things. I know Kaylee wants to go, and I'll probably humour her one day and go, but
yeah,
I don't. It's one place that I might go recreationally, but not want to be there.
I agree. I sort of would like to see it for the spectacle of it, just to sort of experience it, but I don't think I would stay very long.
No,
because I don't gamble. I'm not interested in that. So, and that's kind of all that's there. I'm not really interested in any of the shows.
I don't mind a bit of gambling. I do enjoy going to the casino. However, having seen lots of footage of Las Vegas casinos, I don't want to be any part of that.
It's not what you're thinking of when you think of casino.
No, I've been to plenty of casinos in this country, and they're really just sort of calm and collected. It's not noisy. It's just you go sit down.
That's not what it's different. That's not how they do it.
Nice little gamble, nice little drink. Job done.
You're thinking of a quiet card table, maybe some smart clothes, nice drink on the go. That's what you're thinking of. Yeah, that's not what that is.
I don't think I've ever been in any that have been really strict about clothing, but they've always been quiet and you just get on with it. I enjoy it.
That's not how they do it.
No.
It's not that.
No.
I think I would like to go, for the spectacle of it, but I don't think I'd be interested in staying very long.
I do have a second-hand story from Las Vegas.
Well, please.
You say please.
I didn't even do my Connery impression there. I'm a bit. I hear that the Hotel Tropicana is most comfortable.
There you go.
Anyway,
there you go.
Proceed. Yes.
A very good friend of mine and his wife were staying in Las Vegas, and there was the hotel included a pool with a swim-up bar. So very nice.
Oh,
very
okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
And he said there was an American lady in the pool who was and the swim-up bar had kind of underwater stools, so you could sort of perch still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he said that she'd consumed a fair amount. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And then he watched her. He said it's just the alcohol consumption got to her, and she just went.
Oh.
So she said it was really slow motion as well. The sideways motion was just so gentle, and there she was bobbing about in the pool a bit, absolutely passed out.
Oh no!
So that's not good. That's not good.
No, that's not good.
Not good at all. So lifeguards oiked her out. Took a few of them. However, he said she left what can only be described as a present in the pool.
Oh no!
Yeah. She'd.
To quote Eddie Murphy, there's something floating in the pool.
Yeah, exactly that. There was.
It's my job to clean the pool.
She had firmly relieved herself in the process of passing out.
No.
So the pool was cleared.
Yeah, I bet it was.
Yeah. And then they said then the net came out.
Oh, for God's sake.
It's like this is clearly a frequent issue. They've got a
Well, I was
device.
going to say, if they've got equipment on hand to deal with this.
And while it was being fished out, someone tried to get in the pool.
Oh.
He's like, he's got this. One of the American lifeguards is shouting, "No, sir, there's a biohazard." I'm like, oh, dear. So, and he said once they'd caught it, he wandered off with a net over his shoulder.
Oh my God, he's bold.
Yeah, bold. So he's strutting away, and then he said, my mate said, another couple staying at the hotel stopped him and had a conversation. He stood there and had a conversation with a net over his shoulder with a fresh shit in it.
Oh my God.
He's like, I don't want to ever come here again.
And that's your Vegas story.
There you go. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, yeah. Should we give it a miss?
I just, you know what? I'm all right. I really am all right.
Yeah, it's not high on the list. Unless we can hire a red Mustang Mark 1, of course, and then there might have to be shenanigans.
Yeah, that's it. Drive down an alleyway on 2 wheels and pop out on the other 2 wheels. Yep.
There you go. You could make that work.
I could do that. Yeah.
Lean over.
Yeah. We'll just lean over, nip into another dimension, and then we'll be all right.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, dear.
I have a friend named Felix who can fix anything.
Fucking right. Well, good. But, I mean, ordinarily, I'd get a bit misty-eyed about a James Bond location and becoming rubble.
Being no more. But, yes, I think on this occasion we can let it go.
Yeah. We'll let that one slide, shall we? But well
Much
spotted.
like the lady in the pool did.
Oh, there it is. We're back there again. We're back at biohazards.
We are.
Oh, right. That's
a heartwarming story, that. I'm glad you told it.
Well, what it's done is it's cemented my original thoughts again. I really don't want to go there.
No, because I'll never be able to forget that story now.
No, I know someone else who went there actually and didn't have a horrendous story like that. It just said, nah, it was just shit. So, all right.
I've heard it as well from people who said it's just horrible. Yeah.
Well, hang on. There's a restaurant.
There's more than one.
There is. Hang on, I'm trying to find it because this particular restaurant is horrific. Yes, there we go. It is right. I kid you not. The place is called the Heart Attack Grill.
I have heard about this place. Yes, I have heard about this place.
Customers who weigh over 350 pounds eat for free.
Well, there's a challenge.
Yep.
350 pounds.
They have a food challenge as well.
They really shouldn't be encouraging people of that size to eat more.
No, it's not a good bit of encouragement.
The last thing they need is a free meal.
They have a restaurant promotion, so the reward for customers who can finish a triple or quadruple bypass burger.
Jesus Christ.
They are, if they do that, they are then placed in a wheelchair and wheeled out to their vehicle by their own personal nurse. If you do not, and you don't, if you don't finish your food, you get spanked with a paddle by one of the other nurses there.
Well, they're both good options.
Just
welcome to Las Vegas.
Oh
my God.
It's they also
they claim to have the highest standard of living in the world.
Do they? Do they indeed? They have butterfat milkshakes.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Lard in a glass.
You can order from the bar. You can order unfiltered cigarettes and actually order candy cigarettes for the kids.
Oh, you can take kids. Oh, no. Do they have to be over £350 as well?
No, if you're under, you just have to pay. That's the thing.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Oh, yes, you get it for free if you're over that weight. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Right. So if you're one meal away from a massive coronary, you can have it for free.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's bad, isn't it?
That's horrific. That's really not good.
And I believe as well, if you order Coke there, you get Mexican Coke, which is imported because it contains even more sugar, I think.
Yeah, it's even more fatty than the fatty one we get. Yeah.
Good. So,
and let's be honest, from there, it's probably got real cocaine. Oh no, that would be Colombia, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yes. Oh my word!
Oh, how have we
Heart Attack Grill. Welcome to America.
Oh my goodness me! I don't know how I've become a tourist guide for Las Vegas, but there we go.
You're really selling it, I have to say.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to get over there now and hire a Mustang and sort it out.
I'm not going to Las Vegas.
No.
Right. Okay. There we go then. Right. Well, so we're unanimous there. We both probably will end up there one day, but we don't want to go. Excellent.
Yes, and we probably won't stay very long.
No, not if it can be avoided. It's bloody hot as well, I reckon. Sort that.
It is very hot, certainly in the summer, and we can't even now go to a Bond location. There isn't even that to enjoy.
No, not at all. And I could try and make a tenuous sort of link to motorsport because Formula One have been there now for their street race, but it was awful.
It was awful. Yeah, it was. It was painful.
It was the show was horrific, and the state of the track was diabolical. Yeah. So, we'll. It's no on all counts, I'm afraid. Okay, right.
It's all just rubbish, isn't it? Really.
There we go. So we've turned into Stuff and Waffle, the short-lived tractor show, but now travel show.
Oh yeah, it's proper advice we're giving here.
Well, I think that's probably enough of that for this week. Check us out on all the various social medias and things. Thank you very much for listening.